Sometimes people that are on intoxications that just decide to direct traffic. And I was like,
people ask us all the time, how much money should you bring if you are visiting Johannesburg, South Africa? We also have a moving tip. If you're considering moving to Johannesburg, South Africa.
What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up with the Joneses. 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 Don't keep up with the Joneses.
What's up, beautiful people? In this video, we'll be talking about things that you need to know about concerning South Africa that many people don't talk about. Okay, it's me, Rickey Jones Jr. back again for another video, and we also have the oh so lovely
Chrystle Jones.
And y'all know it's a Jones family, and even with that said, right, let's just have some fun with the likes. How many likes do you think we should get on this video?
250.
250. I believe that's manageable and achievable. So you say 250. I'm gonna say 400. Let's try to get 400 likes on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And let's go ahead and get into it. But first thing, great people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people have been talking about the driving experience. We've even talked about the driving experience here in Johannesburg, South Africa. However, there's more to talk about. There's more to talk about, largely because as you drive around, there's a lot going on. There's the taxis that you have to be concerned with. There's the people. Let's talk about the people, right? We're going to talk about the driving experience, but first we're going to talk about the people.
Okay.
Largely because even this morning, as I'm driving back to the house, people just like walking in the street. Like, why is that okay? Like, don't you know that roads are made for cars and sidewalks are made for walking and crossing? There's like designated spots to cross the street that as a driver, I'm aware of, looking out for and considerate of pedestrians driving. But like, what have you come across that? Let me ask you that.
Yes, I would say like people just pop out from behind cars. That's the real issue. Like, it's when they just pop out from behind a large truck or something, and it's like, that's dangerous for you. We couldn't have known that you were there. So then, people are swerving and stuff like that because people could be anywhere at any time.
Anywhere at any time. However, I'm trying to drive on the road at all times, right? And so that is a thing. But then also, as you may know, right, there's load shedding that happens here. And at the robot, sometimes the robot is, see how I'm even saying it in the South African way? The robots, rather than the traffic lights. However, at the robots, the lights could be out. And in the midst of the lights being out, there are multiple people that may show up to say, okay, I can direct traffic. There's on occasion a police officer, right? They're out there in their gear with the vest and all, with police on it, and they're just out there doing their thing. Everybody go where they need to go, and everything is functional. However, there's also times where somebody else can be out there with a vest on trying to conduct traffic. Now, Chrystle did a video on TikTok about it. However, my dear, share about that experience.
Yeah, so we pull up to this traffic light or robot, and this guy is directing traffic, but it just seems so off. Like, it seemed like I said in the video, was orchestrating mayhem.
Yeah.
Like, he's just waving cars all around in all these different directions. Like, there's no like method to it. It was pure confusion. And so I asked them, you guys, like, who trains the people that direct the traffic? Because I'm thinking, this guy, he needs to go back to training. And they were like, nobody trains them. These are just people that pop up. A lot of times just homeless people, or sometimes people that are on intoxications that just decide to direct traffic. And I was like, interesting. That is interesting. So that, like, I literally thought all these people were official people that work for the government, but they're not.
Nah.
That guy definitely was not.
No.
And it showed.
Yeah, and even with that, they even were saying, like, if it's a homeless person, they're even out there asking and wanting donations. And I was thinking to Chrystle, like, how could we have known that, one? But then two, how do we give donations? Like, can we give it to you?
Passing.
Right. And you may not be on my side. Like, what do I do? Do I just throw the money? But it's a lot. But at the same time, it's entertaining. It's something that you don't expect, and if you don't know, you don't know. However, we let you know before you make the visit, before you travel, and before you touch down, right? And it's a movie. It's a movie, but I haven't seen anybody directing traffic at night. I will say that. And so, you know, if you're driving around and it may be load shedding, it may be dark, you just pay attention, right? At the end of the day, you pay attention and you get to where you need to go.
But they said that's why they give them the vest, because when it's dark outside and they're directing traffic, they don't want them to get hurt. Because I was like, well, where did they get the vest from if they're not like official people? And they said people just give them the vest out of like wanting them to be able to be safe because they're helping out. And so it's like a good Samaritan ecosystem.
There it is. When you know, you know. You know, at the end of the day, now you know, right? And it's a movie, which I even get why I watch other YouTubers that have moved here from the US and so forth and so on. They're like, I'm scared to drive, or I really don't drive. And I get it. It's a lot that takes place on the road at any given time. However, all that to say, just know what's going on. And we shared multiple things that's going on.
Yeah.
So experience number 2, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know, I'm feeling more like a Joe Burger. I found out that's how you say it. And that we partook in somebody washing our car in the parking garage while going to the mall. Now I say all of that in those layers because that's what took place, and that was something that I'm not used to. I'm not accustomed to, right? Maybe it's just in Tampa where it's not available. It may be available in other parts of the US.
It is. They have it at the International Mall in Tampa.
Oh yeah. But it's like a designated area where you can go and pull up and get your car washed.
Yes.
However,
it's different here.
Correct. Here you can park anywhere and there are attendants. Like I didn't know that's what they were at first. I thought they was just like helping you park and stuff like that. And you know, once they put you in the spot, they're like, hey, can I wash your car? And multiple times I was like, I mean, no, I'm good. Like it was just confusing. Like, where are you getting this water from? How are you gonna drive my car? It was like all these things that was going through my mind. How much does it cost? Like all of these things. However, as you keep parking in the garages, as you keep going to the mall, you keep seeing them and they become more friendly and so forth and so on, and you're aware of them. And I was like, nah. Then one time I said, man, I'm gonna have to get my car because the car needs to be washed. We live in an apartment. There's no way for me to just go outside and wash the car. However, I was like, okay, one day I'm gonna do it. And so with my wife and the kids, and I was like, okay, today's the day. We're gonna go into the mall for a good amount of time, so she should be good to go. And it's usually women. I haven't yet seen a man in the parking deck, in the parking garage to wash your car.
Right.
But so I was like, okay, this lady helped me park. How they usually do. Hey, can I wash your car? Sure, you can wash the car. How much does it cost? And she was like, oh, to wash. She said a bunch of numbers, but the number I heard was like 80 Rand. I said, 80 Rand to wash this car? And I just could park here, go in there, you good to go? And she was like, yeah. I said, okay, I'll do that. She was like, okay. And I was like, so do I pay now? Do I pay when I come back? And she was like, well, you pay when you come back. I said, okay, no problem. So then we walk off, and I said to Chrystle, I was like, man, like, hopefully she's gonna be there when I get back, you know, because I don't want to go looking for this woman. But nonetheless, in it all, we go shopping, do our thing, we come back out. I come back out, the windshield wipers are up. I was like, oh, okay, that's like an indication that they washed the car, and maybe there's some payments that need to be fulfilled. And as we're walking to the car, she starts coming. I said, oh, there she goes. She sees us. She's found us. And I was like, all right. I had 100 Rand that I picked up to give to her, and I give it to her. And she's smiling, right? Smiling. It just, you know, skips and all and things like that. I didn't even recognize it, but Chrystle did. So like, what was your thought as you saw her walking away?
Oh, I just thought she was happy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she was just happy. She was like, yeah, I washed the car.
Right. Well, even with that, you were like, so did you give her a tip or something?
Oh, yeah, I did. I asked, did you give her a tip?
Right.
And you said yes. I think it was like 20 Rand.
Right.
Yeah.
But she was happy. Like, to Crystle's point, she was skipping off. I was like, oh, I mean, for one, you should always give a tip. Then for two, I wasn't gonna like break the 100. I was just, you know, hey, go for it. But all that to say, that right there is an experience of itself that I hope and wish for everybody. If you go to the mall, if you go somewhere and you need your car washed, just park in the parking deck. Somebody gonna come. They always are there in red shirts, usually in red shirts, so you know the legit ones from the other ones. But nonetheless, they gonna wash your car. It's gonna look nice. That thing looked brand new. Like, she even put Armor All on the tires. The tires was shining. The body was shining. Rain was like, ooh, this is nice. In my mind, I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm gonna be doing it on a regular, you know what I'm saying? And that was something that I love, and I have to share. I had to share that experience because it happened, and I wanted it to happen for you. So that's the second experience we've experienced thus far that is unique to SA. that is unlike the US of A. And we do have a third one.
Yes, so I would say the experience I have is deeply rooted in beauty products. You see my hair, it's not giving. It's not giving right now. And then before we started doing this video, my nails started to pop off, my press-on nails. Listen, when I do my press-on nails back in the States, them joints last. But I have been challenged in finding different beauty products. Because now the truth is, normally I would have to go to like the hood areas in the States to be able to get, you know, hair and nails and whatnot, these types of things, and that's normal. I'm not used to going to like the hood areas in Johannesburg, and I don't really plan to. So the experience that you need to be prepared for is the alteration you may have to make to some of your beauty needs.
Oh boy.
Because it's just not as accessible to get certain things. Even like I did my hair, but I had to order the hair off online. It took like a week and a half to come. You can't just pop out and say, let me go grab some hair real fast. Like, so it's the beauty, it's been an adjustment for that experience. Some of the like lash glue, I don't know where to get lash glue, like the good kind. So just some of those things I've been experiencing that I'm like, you need to be ready for those adjustments. Now they do have some fantastic salons and stuff like that in the mall, and I guess a lot of people just go and get it done. They don't do it themselves. So I've seen tons of places where you can get your lashes done, get your hair done, your braids done, your nails done. They got nail places everywhere. I feel like I seen one in the grocery store. Like, they have them all over. Well, the Woolworths, like, it's upstairs and there's a grocery store downstairs. Like, they have nail places all over. So I guess maybe they're just accustomed. But then there's also plenty of press-on nails. I don't know. But maybe they're just really accustomed to people just going and getting these things done. Not necessarily DIY, you know, doing it yourself. So maybe that's just part of the Johannesburg experience that I have to embrace, is letting other people do these things. But I really enjoy doing it. So I don't know. I got to figure it out. But that is an experience that is an adjustment.
Yeah, man, even with that on my side, like Dove men's soap, they only sell it by the bar. I don't want to buy soap by the bar. I like buying packets of soap where I can have like 10. I'm used to big packets, but here it's even hard to find packets of soap like 4 packs. Truth be told. And so, you know, there's even that, and even deodorant that I love. I had to switch out and try some new deodorant, which I don't love. So, you know, little things like that make you say, huh. But it's all right. When people visit, they're going to be bringing me the goods, and I'll be good to go with that, okay? And so here now we are about to go to tips that if you are visiting Johannesburg, if you're visiting South Africa, here's a travel tip for you, bonus, okay? And then after that, we're gonna give a, if you're planning on moving here, if you're trying to move here, tip as well. So, visiting. People ask us all the time, how much money should you bring if you are visiting Johannesburg, South Africa? And the answer is you don't really have to carry cash. Right? Now, if you do want to carry cash because you like the new cash, you know, the experience, so forth and so on, you want to see Nelson Mandela on some paper, cool, go for it. I wouldn't recommend getting more than like $50 worth of cash. You'll be more than good to go, even if it's like tips and whatnot that you're giving out. That's the main reason why you will be using physical cash for tips, okay? So there's that, but then there's also at the malls, at shopping centers galore, there's banks, but then also places and areas where you are able to exchange currencies, right? So if you have dollars or if you have your debit card, you could just swipe, you can get the currency of South Africa, which is rands, and you'll be good to go, right? So don't feel like I need to be bringing rands. What you should do is have a card, right? Whether it's a credit card, debit card, that does not give you foreign exchange fees when you swipe it. You'll be good to go. So much so, most places even allow for you to tap. You can tap to pay. You don't even have to insert. You don't have to swipe. It's clean, right? COVID did a beautiful thing as far as making us more cleanly and aware of sanitation scenarios. And so tap, good to go. And you'll be happy that you have a card with no foreign exchange fees, and you'll be good to go. Anything you want to say on that?
No, that's basically it. There are a lot of places that don't even take cash.
Yep.
So yeah, cash is not a necessity.
Hello, so don't stress. All right, so now we also have a moving tip. If you're considering moving to Johannesburg, South Africa, obviously, bravo. This is a beautiful place that you should be, a beautiful place that you will enjoy. However, we definitely wanted to give you a tip. Now, the tip is visit here before you make the move, right? You hear it a lot, but you know, whoop-de-whoop. Specifically, when you visit here, try out different spaces and places within Johannesburg, because Johannesburg is a treasure chest of vibes, spots, possibilities, feelings, and each space and place has its own unique vibe. So if you want to try Sandton, stay in a hotel in Sandton. Walk about it if it's a walkable area, right? If you may like Rosebank, right? Stay in a hotel in Rosebank. Walk about it, see what's around, see how comfortable you feel, how safe you may feel. Waterfall, stay in a hotel there, right? Pretoria, wherever it is, Cape Town, Durban, and the list goes on of opportunities here in South Africa. But get a hotel there, stay there for 2-3 days, right? Take a week's trip. Try the different places for 2 or 3 days at a time. Go to the next space. Why? Because then you get a full scope and understanding of what's available in those areas, what's walkable, what's not walkable, what's convenient to go to, what's not convenient to go to. But then there's also restaurants, right? Each area has its own unique restaurants. And you could be in an area that you could just stay there and do everything there. Truth be told, Johannesburg is that beautiful, that vast, but then also that concentrated at the same time. So try it before you buy it. But more than anything, stay there before you move here.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really important to know an area before you decide to move to an area, and then even just to see and make sure that some of the comforts that you may be looking for when you make such a big move are not going to be super far away from you. And then also, again, Johannesburg is very large, and you don't want to be the person that's saying you live in Johannesburg, but you live way far out and then nobody wants to come visit your house or anything like that. Or when you have visitors, it's taking you like 45-50 minutes to get into the city, like, unless that's your thing. And if that's your thing, it's fine, but then just know that's what you're doing. So that's why it's really important to visit different areas first.
Boom. And even with that, you can even find a realtor that may, if you're trying to buy a home or even rent, as we did, there's realtors that help show you around the area. So tap in, tune in to the realtors of that space that also can show you different things that you may want to live in, be in, or establish yourself in as well. And you'll be satisfied and happy wherever you so choose. Because like I said, Johannesburg is a vibe in itself, and wherever you choose to be in, you're going to enjoy, but then also you'll have somewhere else to visit. And so, you know, for us specifically, we love Rosebank because it just feels good. It feels like home, and that's where we were when we visited. But then we live in Sandton, however, because it's safe, it's comfortable, it's convenient, and the list goes on. So all that to say, great people all around the world, right? There's some things, obviously, that we had to share with you that we've experienced here in Johannesburg. There's a travel tip that you already experienced, but then also, hey, if you move here, great choice. We're happy that you chose to do so. Obviously, we're here, so we think it's a good thing. And hopefully this video was helpful for you. And if it is, go ahead and click that like button. If you haven't already done so thus far, just try it out. See what it feels like. It'll make you smile. It makes me smile when we see the likes. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. We also have a clothing store, the Jones Family Channel, where you can find all different merchandise. So wear it, buy it when you come. And so you can already represent the country of South Africa. And the list goes on as well of other products that are there. So until the next video, we love you all. We appreciate you all. Peace.